What's up guys, Justin here, aka MHero25 with a duel video. This is actually my second take of doing this, hence a different shirt. But anyway, let's get into this. So we are doing a video and video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. But we are playing Dinos, our Assault Mode Dinos, which I have a deck profile, and you guys check it out. And I'm playing against one of our other guys that are locals who's playing Gagaga. So I start off with my Lost World Oviraptor. I summon Oviraptor. He activates Valor. And luckily I've missed, so in the resolution of the chain, I get to not only protect my Oviraptor from the search, which I'm going to use to get Baby Ceratosaurus, but he also gets the token on top of that. And then I'll activate Mist's effect to summon Archosaur, and Archosaur's effect will then activate to destroy the baby in my hand, which will allow me to search the double evolution pill, and then allow me to special summon as well another dino. Jesus Christ, sometimes these dino plays, they happen so fast. Like when I think of Kali effect and how everyone just kind of like does it, like I really respect MBT because he says it so fast. So for the dino I choose to get Shrek Aolo, because in this version of the build, you'll see that I kind of do a weird link climb, so I'm going to go first link away my Archosaur for Karibo, then go into Needle Fiber, then Needle Fiber into Halki Fibrax. I don't think I used Halki Fibrax's effect. Oh no, wait, he did use another Valor. Sorry, I had to do a quick little catch up because my camera stopped working. Oh god. So now I'm using Oviraptor's effect to eat the baby Ceratosaurus, but instead destroying eat the token, destroy, but end up using just using Lost World's effect to protect the token, destroying a baby in the deck to summon Giant Rex. Can you tell that this is a very long combo and I'm not used to talking on camera yet? Anyway, from there I'm going to overlay into Lagi or Dolka. This probably makes the most sense, especially against a deck I don't know. At this point I didn't know he was playing Gagagas. All I saw were like 2 Valors come out, so it's, you know, up in the air. But we're going to limit his play, so we're going to make sure we're going to be controlling this. So I'm going to tribute one of the level 1 tokens to get Link Karibo back on the board, because in hindsight I really wanted to get into a level 9 and then Link and then Fusion into another level 9. But unfortunately that Valor destroyed that play. So now I'm going to activate double evolution pill, banishing Halki Fibrax and a baby from the graveyard to special summon UCT. And in this sense, it's pretty locked, because it's not only, I have Dolka, which was a field negate, I have a battle negator with Link Karibo, and then I have a full board interrupter with UCT. So this is when he activates one of his Gagaga cards. I think it's the Onomatopoeia one. Like, it searches, I think you send one to the grave. Oh no, that's the one. It searches another, one of the Gagaga Go cards. Activates it, so it's a field spell, obviously. And then he's going to normal summon Gagaga Wizard, which will summon Gagaga Curl, I believe. And then I'm going to say, nope, UCT effect to flip, because I do not want this board to continue growing, because even though it's rogue, I know what this deck can do, and I know it better now because it can OTK. It's get Utopia double, its effect get double or nothing, get into Utopia, and then swing over things you usually couldn't beat over, because it's nasty like that. So with that being said, he passes turn. He sets one card, passes turn. I draw for turn, and I'm just debating here. This is where I need to get better as a player and just like move faster, because like the plays here are very simple, and I'm using Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron, and this app is amazing. It makes keeping life points so much easier, especially on video. It's so clean. I attack over all 3 monsters, doing 3k, attacking for 23. Oh no, 18, because there's a debuff thanks to Lost World. So now we're just trying to think of what we can do here to extend the board into a more, you know, appropriate win for me. He didn't use the set card, so it must be either a double or nothing, or something that can't be really used. I made a misplay here. I go into IP Masquerade. I couldn't, because Link Karibo could not be used as material. I was so concerned about the token being used, and my opponent didn't catch that. I didn't catch it, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. And then he just scoops it up into to go to game 2. And even though with that misplay, it was a very controlled board. I mean, there's only one set card. He has no monsters, and even though with his field spell, there's not much he can do to really stop 2 monster negations and a board setter and a potential unicorn, since it was in that game state at that point. But even then, there was still Linkuriboh, which would have like blocked an attack. So again, I don't know what this deck does. I really wasn't worried about it, and that's where again I made the mistake. But I learned my lesson from last time, because if you saw my duel videos that I uploaded last week, I used to decide out my whole assault mode engine, and I learned from that mistake thanks to some of my friends telling me like, yeah, you should actually keep it in because it gives you turn 1 plays. I decided to go with that, and just took out cards that were quote unquote dead, or like or wouldn't be as versatile. Like in this sense, I main token collectors. I took them out just because token collector against this specific deck is useless. You know, overall, like this deck is meant to handle meta. So when I go against Rogue, it's not impossible, but it does get difficult. So it's one of those things I'm trying to figure out. So going first, he activates. This is the field spell. This is the spell I was talking about earlier, where he gets to send one, and he gets to add 2 others that are different names. So he sends a Gagaga, so he gets a Go-Go-Go and a Do-Do-Do. So in this one, he adds Do-Do-Do gloves or Utopia, that Utopia monster which can count for any of them. And then he special summons a Gagaga Samurai, I believe is what it's called, and he's going to overlay into Utopia double, then activate its effect to get double or nothing. And then he's going to overlay into Utopia. It's a regular Utopia. There's nothing special about that. It's just regular Utopia, and that's super scary, super scary. Yeah. And then he's going to activate Do-Do-Do's effect. This is where he'll overlay into Abyss Dweller. I know this now because I not only looked at the recording, this is my second time recording it, so and that's actually a very smart play, because dinos in general have a weakness to graveyard negation, because they rely on Baby to really carry them throughout their plays. That's how they can extend so well. But you know that's the only big weakness. If somehow Dino players can get, if a Dino deck can get over that, the deck has a very high ceiling. I don't know. I'm just trying to think like. So it's Abyss Dweller. That's the only play, and he sets 2 cards face down. One of them, I didn't know what they could be. I was so concerned there were negations that later on I figured out that one of them had to be a double or nothing. So on turn, on draw phase, on standby phase, he activates Abyss Dweller. And at that point, I'm just like, what do I do here? Because that, if I remember correctly, that hand is super dead. It's not dead, but it's like not the best thing in the world. I see a UCT in hand. I drew in a Baby, which is probably the worst option I could have had. So I'm reading Abyss Dweller, just trying to see what I can do to get out of this situation, because it's very, very bad. So I see I also see Psy Reflector, so I'm going to activate Lightning Storm to clear the front row. And because also, so it cleared Utopia, but it kept the Abyss Dweller. And, you know, Lightning Storm can be really good, but I can't really do much with that. Activates one of his revival cards. It's like their Premature Burial for Gagaga Do-Do-Do. And then Do-Do-Do Glove will activate Engrave to special summon itself. Overlay into Utopia, which is going to kill me. Because not only does he have a double or nothing in his hand that you can kind of see, there's another one set. So he literally has 2 double or nothing. So he's about to just do like 10,000. He's about to sack with 10,000 monster, and it's freaking game. It's exact game. Like I'm just flabbergasted, because like in all honesty, I played too conservative, where I should have extended my board a lot more. I really could have gone into my whole Psy Reflector play and just like built the board, and because he only had one card in hand, the other one I didn't know what the set card is, so that's on me. Again, you know, this is where I should have been more aggressive. And what can you do? Like this is like those scenarios as a Yu-Gi-Oh player where you learn when to play aggressive or when to play defensive. So yeah, lessons learned, but it's hard to like really gauge that. So going into game 3, we're sighting for our last time. Since I am now going to be going first, I'm just apparently taking one card out, which is I didn't take out my other Archosaur, and that's probably why. Or maybe I'm putting it back in? No. Oh wait, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm smoke screening. I'm sighting one out, but sighting one back in. It's just pretty much like, you know, that's a lot of things Yu-Gi-Oh players do sometimes, just to kind of like get the flow of what's going on. Or like not to get the flow of what's going on, but to give your opponent a sense of, you know, oh, like, okay, he's sighting more stuff out, and in all honesty, I'm not changing a thing in my deck. It's a mind game, and whether it does anything or not is debatable, but it can work. So we're starting off drawing 5, starting off with Fossil Dig, and if there is no interruptions here, it's going to be a clean game, because I'm going to activate my second Fossil Dig, and there it is, to get Misk. So at any point, like, I am just protected now. So if he had at any point, if he had Ash Blossom or Veiler, I was going to be fine, because I could still continue on to my play because I have a baby in hand. So activate Oviraptor's effect to add UCT, I believe, is what I'm doing, just because I think I have all the bodies I need in my hand already, so it kind of like telegraphs that I am comfortable. Then I'm going to activate Misk effect Engrave to banish Special Summon Archosaur. Archosaur's effect to destroy the baby. Baby Ceratosaurus effect will then activate later on after Archosaur resolves to get me double evolution pill. Baby will get me another baby Ceratosaurus. God, I hate this combo. Baby into baby to get baby. Blech. And then using Oviraptor's effect to eat the baby to get another baby, and then baby's effect will then special summon another dino, which will be Aeolo, which will get us into our unique link climbing, which we do for dinos, which is go into Linkuriboh, then using Linkuriboh and Aeolo to get into Needle Fiber, and this essentially would get me into UCT, not UCT, but into VFD. See acronyms. Then we're going to activate its effect, but since I changed the deck enough, I have put my hand chops in because I don't main them in this deck going first. I'm now going to use the effect to get Ash Blossom, then linking away to get Link Cross, getting 2 tokens, and then using two monsters, the Ash Blossom and the token, to get into Herald of Perfection, or Herald of the Arclight, I don't know. And this is where I'm just like, okay, what do I do here to extend the board? Because I really did want to get into VFD, but, you know, I had the option to. I just chose not to because I believed overall, like, having a negation, like a spell and trap negation, and stopping him from using his deck or hand to kind of, like, you know, affect my plays anymore. It was not something I was allowing. So I thought this was the better option, and in hindsight, it was. Because VFD lock is great as a Dino player. I love it, but it's not the best thing. Because you can always, you know, like Gamma's now in the meta, Infinite Impermanence, just like a good combo of cards can just really mess it up. So then I special summoned the UCT from my hand that I added in defense position. And here I'm just... I was trying to go into... I think I'm trying to debate if I should go into IP Masquerena, just because if I leave it as it is, this board is pretty weak. But it's still... It's strong enough to do whatever I need to do. And I think... Oh no, sorry, past turn. So he's going to summon Dododo Glove, summon his Utopia, and I'm just reading Arclight, because I'm just trying to make sure I'm not messing up here. Summon his Gagaga Magician in defense position. and then he's activating his spell card, which allows him every time he overlays, he gets to draw one. And I'm like, okay, on that activation, activate UCT to flip everything face down to special summon, and then Baby's effect will special summon Oviraptor. Oviraptor's effect will then allow me to search. So at this point in the game, I am in complete control, and he sets one card, and there's not much he can do. There's nothing he can do to wipe the board. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! And as in all games, once you control the tempo, and once you control the tempo of the game, you pretty much win, because like there's not much that can happen that can really be like, screw you, you lose. So I summon Logi just in case I want to make sure my plays go through 100%, because now we have one spell negation and one omni negate. So I'm doing 3,000 damage, attacking for 24. And attacking for 9 with Link Cross. And now I'm going to attempt to Link Summon, but I can't, because I think my opponent actually catches it this time, where he's like, oh no, you can't use that because you use Link Cross to special summon it. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. So he caught me on that one. That's good. We learned something there. No normal summon was committed yet, so now I'm going to normal summon Giant Rex, which actually was the card I was going to pitch anyway with for what I was going to use to summon that card, Unicorn. So I pass turn, he activates Gagaga as Premature Burial. Here I'm just debating. I'm like, it's fine. Summons Utopia. Gagaga, the one that counts for like every Gagaga, go go go, and do do do. And then I'm going to activate IP Masquerade's effect to Link Summon on my opponent's turn, and then return that Utopia monster to the deck, leaving the board in this very openly controlled state, because like he can summon anything, I'll negate the summon, and from there it's like, what can you do? Like the plays are like